Yeah, it's good to see like people still thinking about Sitecore XP 10.1, 2, 3, 4, then we have some cloud. Good. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, hi everyone. So I will today will be going through a little about the Sitecore XP 10.4. We all know Sitecore has released its version last month in 10.4. So how many were you really waiting for 10.4 or was excited about 10.4? Yeah, at least 10, I can say. Great. That's good enough, I think, for the session to start. But I know that from the last year or so, we all were thinking about, okay, how we move towards the XM cloud, and we know the different problems that we had in discussions with clients, like to move towards the XM cloud. But yeah, we do have something more as well. Just to introduce myself, Vikas, I'm working in Spire Labs as a senior director. In Sitecore MVP, 4 times Sitecore MVP, my journey was technical, but Sitecore has made me marketing technologist. I learned a lot of marketing because of Sitecore. There, I have been part of more than 50 plus Sitecore implementation. I have worked with 50 plus customers of the Sitecore in my last 20 years of careers. Right. I'm basically from India, lives in Delhi, Noida. I don't know many of you know. Today, I think few days back we were having 50 degrees coming to Bangalore. It seems like I was planning to go somewhere in Himachal or Uttarakhand. I'm feeling very similar, like coming back to Bangalore. Let's save some of my money. Anyway, coming back to the agenda, obviously the session is about 10.4. So we'll be talking about overview of the 10.4, some of the updates. I will not go too much into the updates. I think I would advise you to go through the release notes, some of the Sitecore documentation that is very important. But the important topic is, should we really upgrade to 10.4 or not? Right? We do have what make you to upgrade to 10.4. We'll be talking about 10.4 upgrade or SM cloud. A little bit comparison between these two. What should you choose? Right? Obviously, you're working with maybe 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. So you do have the option towards the 10.4 upgrade or the SM cloud. And what after the 10.4? 10.5 takes, I think, those are, you already heard from those in the morning, talks about 10.6 as well. So we can kind of rely on, yes, with Sitecore XP as well, and then we'll take some of the questions if you do have. I would like to start with a statement. I just recently, the day, Sitecore CEO has released a statement like the XP deliver the necessary foundation for your digital journey to the future. The word future is important here. So XP still has a future. It's not like closed. It still has a future. So you are like getting rewards directly from the CEO. So it makes more sense like to impact, like we can still rely on the Sitecore for the support perspective. So that's is very important. And they've already confirmed in the morning as well. Everybody heard about. Yes, Sitecore is going to invest into it. Sitecore released a kind of a month back, and I think I would advise you to just search. There are 20 plus blogs available, good blogs available. I think to go through it. I also did next day, the Sitecore 10.4 release on my LinkedIn. You can go through all that as well. There I summarize the all the updates to the Sitecore 10.4 as well. Let's see some updates here. First, obviously, the new features. Sitecore has released many new things within it. They claim like 200 plus, right? So I have gone through the list, but I have not obviously seen all these things. But I think it's 200 plus is a big number, and it's good. Right? It's a lot of bug fixes, a lot of new features that we can all kind of go through. The biggest the update that I have seen is the codeless schema. when we all started with Sitecore 9.0, right? So it turns on spaces, right? To do personalization, to add some custom contacts values into the Sitecore. And we struggle a lot, we all struggle a lot in making the faces. Sitecore is trying to help us there so that you can create the facets or the custom contact information without any code. It was a little bit nightmare doing the facets. I hope you remember, like we do create two facets, we do have to register somewhere, we do have to run some commands, and and it would like to deploy not only on XMXC, there are many different the areas of this code as well. So I think that was a big release. But this module, I think this will come as a module and this will be released soon. Right? That's as well documentation. Second big update that I've seen is the Sitecore Connect integration. Again, so that is important update. You can connect your XP database to the Sitecore Connect, and then the whole world is yours. You can connect any application, Sitecore application, non-Sitecore application with your Sitecore experience using the Connect. Right? And I think you should be able to do it a little bit in your 10 to 10.3 as well. That 10.4 has a little more advantage in connecting your XML database with the all parts of the world, different applications. Also, it's allowing you to export the analytics data that you can view into the Power BI as well. So that's one activity as well. So that's big update. Accessibility, we all work for the website where we work with WCG data for the users. But what about the marketers or the developers working on the Sitecore? So Sitecore has improved the accessibility. You can navigate the whole Sitecore now with the help of the keyboard. If as well, so you can do the tabs and all those things. The whole keyboard accessibility has added to it as well. Again, from the performance perspective, every version comes with a little more performance updates in the internal process in the Sitecore. So you will see your experience editor and some of other tools work a little bit faster as they will come. The next point is the performance part as well. That's here. The next is security. Again, security is the important aspect. That's different roles and the access viewer, and there's multiple updates to the Sitecore security side as well. The new roles and so these are kind of the different updates that you will see within the Sitecore as well. There are many other updates due to the Solar, so there are as in 200 plus. It's not important to go through all these things. It's better to go through the documentation. But this is a summary of the overall updates within the Sitecore. From the benefit perspective that we have seen, obviously access to the experience as right? Obviously, we see the experience as within the XM Cloud, but you can access the experience as you can publish the experience as within the 10.4 as well. Their Sitecore is now like working on the same code as the XM Cloud, so in future it would be easier to move toward the XM Cloud. So they kind of bring over the same new integration technologies that we have seen, Webhooks, GraphQL, and the Connect. Right, so these are some important languages that you could use. That's obviously is required. Many business requirements are coming where you have to use right, and there are many developer updates as well, like the command line tools as well that you can use from the developer perspective. Okay, so now again the question is, we have seen many updates. Obviously, there are many things. Should we upgrade to 10.4, right? So we all know Espresso, right? May not be the answer, but yeah, let's try it. I would advise you to kind of try 10.4, install it, configure it, right, run it. So that's, anyway, there's no harm in doing it. So definitely try it on your own first before kind of doing it for any project, for anything. But yeah, definitely it's worth a try. Again, why we should upgrade or should we upgrade? Again, support. If you are running a Sitecore, the version that is not supported, right? If you are on maybe 8 or 9 and you are working on something, then it makes sense to kind of upgrade to 10.4. and if you're not upgraded to 10.3, it's definitely a time to look into the 10.4 upgrade. So that's a very bigger use case if you're not on the supported version of the Sitecore from that perspective. New features, obviously we talked about some new features. Map those features with your business requirements, talk to the business, talk to the market team, and see if those features maps with their requirements, and if they fulfill their requirements, right? It's definitely worth going through the list of the features perspective. Again, Sitecore XM Cloud, obviously everybody is aiming to move towards headless XM Cloud, and so you can kind of, Sitecore 10.4 bring you closer to that. So you do have to decide between the XM Cloud and 10.4. I'll give you a little bit more update in the complete table here. Again, the step by step, so you can kind of plan the proper headless later. You can have the 10.4 XM or the XP. They start utilizing some of the composable other tools from Sitecore or the non-Sitecore as well. So it's now with the connect and all those things, it's easier now to use even Sitecore XM XP as a composable CMS base as well. So that is one of the things as well. And then the your composable solution, so like you can start utilizing as a composable solution. So these are the points you do have to consider if you are thinking about upgrading to Sitecore 10.4. Next thing is a big thing about Sitecore 10.4 or XM Cloud. Again, the question comes what to do, what not to do. And obviously, there's no one point where you can say, okay, because of this, I can decide that. The biggest factor that we have seen after discussing the difference is the CapEx requirement. Obviously, headless, we all know, it's not the upgrade, it's not the migration, it's the redevelopment. It does require you to do everything from the scratch. That's why many companies, we also did the accelerator in XM Cloud. We know it's a pain to move towards the headless. It's not easier. Obviously, the company who has already invested in the last 2 years into the Sitecore, they have redesigned, redeveloped, upgraded, migrated. If they have already invested, it's not easy any company to make a decision about that because it's a very CapEx oriented move towards XM Cloud. On the other hand, 10.4 upgrades are not as difficult as they used to be in earlier version of the Sitecore. If you are on 9 or earlier version of 10, it's pretty easier as compared to 7 or 8 version we have seen, like the difficulties that we used to have in the upgrade. It's not as difficult as it used to be. So it's a good use case, like if you don't want to invest too much. From the performance perspective, obviously you will see many points lean towards the XM Cloud. But because of the few factors like CapEx is one of the bigger things we all know. Because end goal anyways headless today, tomorrow, 2 years after or 5 years after. So everybody has to move towards it, but yeah. So from the performance perspective, it's getting better and better in the new version 10.4 as well. So there are many performance improvements from the front and back end side as well. Right, but obviously it's not comparable with the front-end technologies like Next.js, Sweat, and all those things. You can't compare. You will have, they have a little advantage over that as well. If possible, you can try to use those as well 10.4 because 10.4 has the experience and all those things that you can leverage those things with that as well. So in that way, that is fine. But if you are still using your MVC and your SXA and all those things, then obviously the XM Cloud has a little. From the security perspective as well, when you kind of decouple your CNS and the front end part, right, you will get the better security. So there also you will see the XM Cloud has a little advantage. If you host your website on the kind of serverless solutions like Amplify or the Wordcell, they are better from the solution security perspective. And you can kind of, because Sitecore is actually taking care of the CMS securities, you don't have to worry about that. You can keep it internal and a VPN and all those things, so you feel more secure over there. Content management side, again, you see some new tools there. Biggest advantage is the component builder. Pages that we have seen, right? So there has been some basic example level like how the pages, there are a lot of improvements in the pages, but we are not hearing too much about the experience side. That's where we see the content management would remain similar, I guess, along with XP side, but that will be, you will get more and more advantage towards the XML side. If pages, they are more modern application, and Sitecore is investing more towards that area as well. Analytics and the insight. If you are using the Sitecore XP, analytics, XCP, and all those things, you can continue to use that. But SM Cloud allows you to kind of to connect to CDP, Sitecore CDP, or any other CDP, or those sort of things as well. So it gives you more advantage. You can try those things within the XM or the experience to the CDP. Integration, again, integration is better into the front-end technologies. You don't have any dependency onto the Sitecore, CMS, APIs, and all those things. You can integrate directly onto the front end. You can integrate within the CMS as well using webhooks and all that are available on both sides of things, the CMS, the XM Cloud as well as the XP. Cloud support. One more update that we have seen along with the 10.4 is the Azure S 2.0. Sitecore is coming with new version of the managed cloud. The many things I'm not covering is a part of it, but I'm going through that. I think it's worth going through that as well. There's a lot of improvement in managing. We all know we had some issues, right? With Sitecore, like the managed cloud, I think most of them are kind of code in 2.0 as well. So cloud support, little better in the XM cloud, right? You do have many options, right? But still, many companies, right, if you health domain or environment domain, we have seen their compliances, they will not put their code into was or those sort of things. Then you have to rely into the XM or the XP type of solution, or use the managed cloud or the self cloud for those solutions as well. Migration complexities, obviously, it's better in 10.4 as I mentioned. Like upgrades are not as difficult as they are, and 10.4 migration is completely new for that as well. Time, again, because it's not complex, it's easier, right? So it's quicker to implement in 10.4 as compared to the XM cloud. Unless you're running a very old version, right? 6 or 7 or something like that, right? So if you are on I think 9 or 10 or 10, it is easier to migrate to 10.4. Future proof, obviously the headless is future proof. Everybody has to move towards the headless only, but that you can do with 10.4 as well, but it's a little bit more future proof. Target domains, obviously, you look the existing customers. If the customer has not used the Sitecore XM or XP, we don't advise, right? So obviously the XM Cloud is anyways the good solution for them, but they're already using the XM XP, and it's worth comparing, right? Why to migrate, why not to migrate, and to compare it with the cloud. So, but eventually, after 10.4 as well, or 10.5 or 10.6, eventually they have to move towards it. With XM Cloud or without. We have not discussed too much, but we did one session in SUGCON Brisbane about the XM Cloud. If any one of you interested to kind of download the summary of that session, you can scan it, right? And you can get the whole. In that session, we covered the XM Cloud do and don'ts, right? So there are 20 plus do and don'ts that you can kind of consider while if you are looking at a bit more detail. If you are starting any implementation for the XM Cloud, that you can kind of leverage those as well. So I thought, because those sessions are not available online, they were not recorded, so you can get some summary out of it from our session there as well. Yeah, just take a picture, you can kind of scan and do the things again. Okay, so then again, obviously the Sitecore conforms and the platform now, we do have a roadmap for the 10.5 as well. what I think like would be available. We already have a date, right? So that will be in early kind of, I would say 2025. In first quarter or second quarter, we will add the 10.5 as well. So it's continuous commitment from Sitecore towards that as well. Again, we'll see more of the user experience for the marketers developer that will, along with composable integration that we have seen, that will be further improved. Continued commitment towards the XM and XL cloud platform. That's why we see 10.5 and 10.6 over there virtuals. And we have seen a lot of AI in today's session as well. And I guess in 10.4, I have not seen much, but I'm assuming in 10.5 comes with more of Gen AI and the AI, right? So that we can expect, obviously, Sitecore is committing 10.4, 10.5, 10.6. We would like to see, obviously, Gen AI and the AI. I'm sure Sitecore is working towards that as well. And obviously, steady to move towards closer to hybrid SaaS solutions like the example. So that's, we will be by different tools of moving the maybe content or maybe syncing the application between the XM and some cloud that you will see kind of releasing towards that as well. Next, that's it for my session today. I think that will be helpful to you know the 10.4 and the difference between the 10.4 and the XM cloud. I would like to thank you to all the Sitecore sponsors to make this again happen. And yeah, thank you. Thank you. Any question or I guess it's all it was very clear. Great. Thank you then.